So Joan Laporta has apparently set a deadline for the validity of Barcelona's offer for Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid. And in a recent interview with Catalonia Radio, he went into full detail about a lot of things, about the move, about the deal, and also for how long the offer is going to remain. And we're going to talk about every single one of those things. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar Talks Barca. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and get in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think about everything that I talk about in this video. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Joan Laporta has been saying a lot of things. We know right now, like we mentioned, he is in New York, right? And he has been, talking to the media once again. He was talking to Catalonia Radio, and basically he was responding to Marin's criticism of Barcelona in the last few days, what he basically mentioned about Joan Laporta and about the club. And he basically went into detail about every single thing that was said in that interview by Marin, and he basically gave his response. And he was in little detail. This is what he said about the Julian Alvarez deal and about the offer that we made. He said, "I respect everyone's opinion. All I know is that we've made an offer. The offer is there, and at a certain point, we will announce the offer has expired on our end. At the end of July, probably, yes." So this is him basically putting it out there that, yes, at the end of the day, despite the fact that we do want Julian Alvarez, we can't waste our time and dilly-dally around Julian Alvarez. So at some point, Atletico Madrid are going to have to make a certain response. Either they're going to want to negotiate or they're going to have to reject the deal all around, right? But this, in a way, kind of comes from what Marin basically said a few days ago, right? And he was saying a lot. He basically accused Barcelona of practically creating a media circus, right? He said quite a lot, right? And he was basically accusing the club of, playing to the media and trying to basically pressure, Julian Alvarez through the media and basically saying a lot of things. And this was actually the direct quote from Marin. This was the direct words he said. He said, "I know the rivals' inner circle are well enough to know that they are acting in front of the media and the fans as part of their own private circus, so it doesn't offend me. I have a good relationship with their president and explicitly asked him to back down, clarifying that Julian is not for sale. Despite this, they insist on maintaining this stance because it fuels the media and the social circus. They know perfectly well that Julian Alvarez will not play for Barcelona next season. What's reprehensible is that they maintain this discord in front of their fans and even worse, in front of the player himself." And look, at the end of the day, take that how you will. And it's very interesting that, Marin would actually say this. But at the end of the day, we know when it comes down to it, the player wants to leave. The player has told the club he wants to leave. This is not a situation in which we just walked in and made an offer for a player that had no desires or basically made any intention of ever wanting to leave the club. It would have been different in that kind of situation where basically if Julian Alvarez didn't say a single word, he was happy to stay at the club. It was one of those situations where Barcelona were making an offer and basically they rejected and we're trying to make a circus out of it. I would get that. But when you really look at this from all standpoints, Julian Alvarez went to the club at the end of the season. He told the club of his desire to leave. The club knows he wants to leave. The media knows he wants to leave. Everyone in the world knows he wants to leave. And everybody knows that we are interested. We have never hidden the fact that we admire him. We have never hidden the fact that we love the player and we would love to have him. And at the end of the day, Julian Alvarez has never hidden the fact that he loves Barca. At the end of the day, Atletico Madrid, they know what Julian Alvarez wants. This is not about Julian Alvarez wanting to leave. I'm sure they would be happy to let him go if he wanted to go anywhere else. If he wanted to go to PSG, if he wanted to go to Arsenal. We know those clubs are interested in him, right? If he wanted to go to one of those clubs, they would have probably been very happy to just accept whatever they're given, 120, 150, whatever. They would have accepted it and understand, listen, we don't want to keep a player unsettled. The issue here is, they are upset at the fact that we are his prime target. He wants to join us. He wants to join Barcelona, one of their rivals in the league. And they can't handle it. And that's why right now they're hurt. And this idea that they're trying to maintain professionalism makes no sense. At the end of the day, we are not the ones that have been sitting here mocking your club. We are not the ones that are on social media trolling your club. We're not the one doing this. You guys are the ones that are getting out here making this a media circus. All we've been trying to do is negotiate with you privately. We know Deco has been trying to talk to the club in private. The club have made it very clear they don't want to talk. And that's where this whole situation comes from. Because at the end of the day, Julian Alvarez is a very, very great player. And we like the player. And the player wants to join us. So when it comes down to it, this is just one of those situations where they just hurt. They are just so hurt. And they're trying so hard to basically, make themselves look like the victim. But this is not going to end well in their own situation. They don't even realize it. I mean, look, this is not the first time Barcelona and Atletico Madrid have made business. I mean, that's one of the funniest things to me. We've made business with Atletico Madrid in the past. When you look at recently, Antoine Griezmann, right? We bought Antoine Griezmann, right? We bought players like Ada Turan at their club. Let's be honest, right? If you really look at the deals that we've made with Atletico Madrid recently, you would argue that we've actually given them more good players than they've given us. Think about this. We gave them Luis Suarez. He won them the league. We gave them David Villa. He won them the league. They basically, two of the strikers we gave them, they went on to help them win the league. If you think about all of the players we bought from them recently, they've had more good from us than we've had from them. So it doesn't really make any sense. And when you look at this whole situation with Julian, it's kind of unfortunate because I think when it comes to him, he really wanted to make this whole situation very private. The fact is, he didn't openly come out and tell everyone he wanted to leave from the beginning. He told the club. He went to the club. He basically negotiated with them and tried to, get into, a little bit of a negotiation, right? Tell them, listen, at the end of the day, and this is the thing about Julian Alvarez. He waited till the end of the season. He didn't do this in the middle of the season. Once the curtain was closed on the season, he went to the club, told them that he wanted to leave. And he told them he wanted to leave. And then the moment it was put out there that he wanted to leave, we came out and we showed interest. And okay, we offered 100 million. They didn't like it. They felt insulted. All right, that's fine. You value the player higher than that. There's nothing wrong with it. But the issue now becomes when you decide that you are not going to even negotiate with us at all. You are not going to negotiate with us by any means necessary. Because in that situation now, you're going to make this toxic. And this is going to get to a point where I feel like things are going to get really bad, especially after the World Cup, when Julian Alvarez returns back to club football. What is he going to do then? Because there's been a lot of talk that he's apparently going to refuse to report to training. And if that happens, that's going to create even more chaos. But we will have to see what happens in that situation. But guys, you guys let me know. What do you guys think about what Laporta said? Do you guys agree with Laporta putting a deadline on the deal, basically? Because let's be honest, we have to move on. We can't keep dilly-dallying all over the transfer window for Julian Alvarez. So we'll see what happens with that. Let me know. And also, guys, what do you guys think about what Gil Marin said about Laporta basically creating a media circus and all that? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, all of the beautiful stuff. And as always, guys, if it's Barca, have a good day, everyone.